In today's video, we're going to concentrate on The Flash. There's a few big updates for the Flash movie that comes out in a few short months in June. And we're going to go over a few other DC Universe related subjects. So, yo, what is freaking good, YouTube voice you here? If you're new around there, make sure to subscribe to never miss any of the Marvel, DC, pop culture based content that we try to do on a daily basis. If you could, subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on. And also, if you could, check us out on Instagram at Watch You to see the beautiful face behind the beautiful voice. And also, if you could, check us out on Twitter, WashUG, so you can get my reaction to things that I may not make a video about. So, let's break it down. So, CinemaCon is coming up very soon. It's coming up later this month on the 25th of April. And they are going to be showing the Flash movie to people that attend CinemaCon early. And they generally do this every year with movies that are close to launching. It's nothing new. The Flash movie has been finished for such a long time. They could have released it last year. So, of course, this is just before SnyderCon. And like I keep saying, I would love to see Zack Snyder's Justice League 2 and 3, Ben Affleck going one-on-one with Joe Manganiello, because we've not actually seen Joe Manganiello Deathstroke. We've seen Manu Bennett Deathstroke on the Arrow show, and he was pretty damn badass, but I really hope James Gunn and Pete Safran keep on Joe Manganiello Deathstroke, because that actor's got a lot of potential in the Deathstroke role. So, of course, SnyderVerse fans are saying this is damage control. They're doing it to get it out before SnyderCon. I don't understand this logic. And this is what part of what makes the SnyderVerse look bad. Zack Snyder has thanked personally multiple times, even on a stream, to make it crystal clear to Zack Snyder's fans. SnyderCon, the screening of Zack Snyder Justice League 1, the screening of Man of Steel, the screening of Batman vs. Superman could not have happened. This event could not have happened properly without the cooperation and help from Pam Abdi and Michael DeLuca, who are Warner Bros. Discovery executives. That's the big company. I get all Warner Bros. Executives. I don't know if their titles have changed. But it's public knowledge that this event could not have happened without the help of Pam and Michael. So I don't understand why I get sent a bunch of stuff, so yeah, I've seen it going around that, yeah, they're going to show the movie at CinemaCon. Do you actually know what CinemaCon is for? It's for professionals who work in the cinema industry. So it's an industry event. It's not a scooper event, although plot leak for this movie has been online for over a year, and the movie will basically be confirmed to be real on the 25th of April, because we already know the plot leaks are real, because the plot leaks are backed up from trailer 1. So apparently, according to the SnyderVerse, a small minority are saying they're doing this to overshadow SnyderCon. Are you expecting some brand new content from Zack Snyder's Justice League 2 and 3, or Zack to reveal the storyboards, the new storyboards? Because he's publicly stated multiple times there will be new storyboards if he was to continue. And yeah, Zack is definitely open to it. No one has actually ever said my boy Zack Snyder's not open to it. But to think the only reason they're going to show a movie that has been done for months ahead of the release, it's a free way to advertise it by getting people to watch it at CinemaCon. There will be other movies there. Pretty much every Hollywood studio is there and will be showing their movies. I wouldn't be surprised if Into the Spideyverse is also showing off, and a bunch of other movies as well. This is kind of standard. I don't understand what they're saying, though. It's almost like they think some huge announcement is coming at SnyderVerse or something. Like I said, I said what I said. It is what it is. So also, I do find this funny when, this page, I don't mind them, but they are a bit over the top. The Flash film news. Okay, so the second trailer for a movie that comes out in June drops on April the 25th. Okay, so April. So we're basically May, June. So it comes out in just over 2 months. And this adds confidence for a movie? Get the freaking hell out of here. I really don't understand what this Flash film news tries to push, what agenda they try to push. It doesn't add any confidence. They need to drop a trailer. So they're going to drop it. Why not drop it during a professional cinema convention, because that makes so much sense. It's the nearest thing to a San Diego Comic-Con or a New York Comic-Con or a D23 that every studio generally does attend that you can get. It doesn't add any validity or any confidence. Sure, the people that watch this movie will be under an NDA, but that they don't really mean much. There will be reactions online because they want people to talk about it. They've spent so much money on this movie, multiple reshoots, a Super Bowl advert. Someone questioned how much the movie actually cost. I don't know. I don't work for Warner Bros. Discovery. But if you think this is only $200 million, then I don't know what to think, because it's definitely not. The multiple reshoots and bringing Cavill in and bringing all these extra people in for additional photography, retouching shots. Yeah, this is going to be one of the biggest movies, not in terms of profit, in terms of how much it costs. And the marketing is going to be freaking huge. So it just makes sense that they do this the same day as CinemaCon. So trailer 2 for The Flash drops on the 25th, which is cool. So also in the news, Grant Gustin. I hate to tell you this, lad. You're in the movie. I've been told this multiple times. It's cute what you're trying to do. Grant Gustin finally breaks silence on Flash movie cameo role. No. There's been a lot of rumors out there for a long time, and no one's come out and directly and asked me, even if, on the record, the entire time, people ask me in the street all the time. And yeah, I'm not keeping some big elaborate secret, said Grant Gustin. The only problem with this is, I know you're in the movie. That's the only problem with it, but it's a small capacity role. You're under an NDA, lad. I don't even know why you came out and said this. So by saying this is like a Toby and Andrew situation where it's like, yeah, I'm not in the movie. I am the werewolf. All right, Andrew Garfield, you are the werewolf, and you were the werewolf. But like, we know he's in it. It's just funny when he comes out and says it like that. But obviously, he's not going to be replacing Ezra Miller, the controversy king, who causes so much controversy that they nearly actually decided to scrap the whole movie because of controversy. So also in the news, James Gunn has recently been doing the press. I mean, he's about to start the press tour. Basically, he's answered a bunch of questions about Guardians 3. Which looks pretty cool. We got a new trailer recently. I put a plot leak video out. It does seem pretty cool. James Gunn says this: I would be lying to say that we haven't had discussions about it. I'm paraphrasing. This is not exactly what he said. But all discussions have been very light and fun. So the advantage we have here is James Gunn is very good friends with his colleague and rival studio, although they're not really rivals. So Marvel DC crossover could happen. It's happened in the comic books. It could happen, but don't be expecting it anytime soon. It's kind of like Marvel DC in the Wall Stew channel intro, outro, banner, header of the channel on the Wall Stew. So yeah, it would be pretty cool to see, but don't be expecting it anytime soon. So there's a big elaborate plan, an elaborate idea going around that allegedly David Zaslav isn't committed. He doesn't want to be a head honcho. He really doesn't want to be a head honcho anymore. So the theory is that the only reason Pete Safran and James Gunn have come in, but they did say a 10-year plan, is to get the company ready and in a good, profitable state, even though they're still in crazy, crazy debt. Is Comcast. Yeah, Comcast, the company that kind of owns everything, is apparently going to be purchasing Warner Bros. Discovery later in 2024, which is the earliest possible time they could say that. Now, this is, I say theories and stuff like that, but this is actually coming from reputable business analysis, and it's also been a rumor for such a long time, but some rumors turn out to be true. For instance, Disney buying 20th Century Fox so they can eventually use the X-Men characters, etc. I wouldn't put it past them to sell the company off, because it doesn't really seem like their head's in it, if I'm honest. The plan is somewhat flimsy. Yeah, but what Stu, you actually said you're going to support the plan. Yeah, because I'm a DC fan. So whatever James Gunn and Pete Safran deliver, I will judge them on that merit. But I'm not going to keep saying restore the SnyderVerse, because if it happens, it happens. But it's not looking very likely. So It's also stated the following. Warner's is still technically owned by AT&T because of shares and who owns said shares. It does make sense if you look into it, but all major companies are owned by shareholders and investors. Who do you think funds all the movies that come out? It's not the studios, it's the investors that fund everything. So it's looking like Zaslav just brought the company, in theory, formed a new company to get it ready to sell to Comcast or Universal or Apple or any other company other than Netflix, because Netflix can't afford shit. That's why I always say that Netflix cannot restore the SnyderVerse. They can't. But they've spent billions in making their own IPs, and they're never going to own the IP. So get that out of your head, because it's just not going to happen. Like I keep saying, it could happen, but at a different studio that could bankroll it easily. For instance, Apple. So also, this one's kind of funny and in a roundabout way. So lawmakers want to investigate Warner Bros. Discovery's merger over the removal of content, including the cancellation of Batgirl. Audiences will never see such projects like Batgirl, a $90 million movie that was cancelled while deep into post-production, despite consumer outcry. They've literally got no case here. I mean, I've actually done a bit of digging, and this is actually real. This is something they're looking into trying to do. But the Batgirl situation, they were all paid. Leslie Grace was paid. Brendan Fraser, who would have played Firefly, was paid. They were all paid. So not bringing out certain content meant there was less diluted content for the consumer. I don't really know what they're trying to get at. Yeah, sure. They scrapped a few projects, but it was a tax write-off. The company's in just under $50 billion worth of debt, so they writ it off to save money and in order to make money in the long run. That's why I didn't really run that story, because it's kind of ridiculous if you believe that it's actually going to do anything. So, also in the news, Blue Beetle could be part of the DCU. And to be honest, anyone could be. All these movies coming out, they could make the Flash movie canon to the new DCEU, as I've stated before. Well, I've heard potentially there could be a new ending setting up the new DCU. I'm hearing potentially Superman and Batman are already cast. I'm not going to divulge rumors because I don't really think that's true. But it would have been better if they set up the end in the Flash movie to reveal the new Superman and the new Batman. But I get it. James Gunn hasn't really had much input. But then the Henry Cavill scene has been taken out for no reason, even though he was allegedly paid $250,000. That came courtesy of the Hollywood Reporter, which is a somewhat reliable trade. I mean, at least it's a trade, to be honest. And as I said, them bringing the Flash movie to CinemaCon literally means nothing. Really doesn't. There's lots of things that have been shown at CinemaCon over the years. So also in the news, that's the end of the video. So like always, guys, let us know. What do you think about this video? I know I haven't really done much DC content at the moment. I'm going to be changing content on this channel massively. We're going to start covering a lot of stuff because I think just covering DC and Marvel is getting a bit stagnant. So let me know down below, guys, what you want me to cover. I will try and cover a lot of other stuff. I'm going to put more time into editing. I'm just going to try and make this channel better because I think it'd be more exciting that way. So like always, guys, let us know everything down below. Check us out on Instagram at WarStew to see the beautiful face behind the beautiful voice. Check us out on Twitter at WarStewG. And I will catch you in another video very soon. Catch you later.